All right, champ. NFL, Christian Wilkins. He was let go of the Las Vegas Raiders because of a report, champ. Correct me if I'm wrong. He allegedly kissed a teammate on his head, to which the teammate was offended, reported it to the team, and decided to let Wilkins go. I just want to be clear on that.
Allegedly.
What are your thoughts?
Christian Wilkins. I don't know what to say. He's one of those guys. I'm trying to put my words right. It's one of those guys that you play too much. Everybody got their little brother or older cousin like, bro, you play too much. And the thing is, you see it. You see how he lifted up Hunter Renfrow in the air at one point. He's a very, very playful guy, but it gets to a point where you play too much.
Remember the situation with Josh Allen?
Go ahead, proceed on that. I don't remember that.
He grabbed Josh Allen's what.
Yeah. Again, he's one of those, and then not to mention he did a whole split.
Yeah, in the national championship game.
In the national championship, like I said, he's one of those guys. You play too much, and you need to sit your tail down. You play entirely too much. I understand we out here having fun and we doing our thing, but you play too much. You need to sit down. I don't think he meant anything by it, but like I said, he's one of those guys that, like I said, you play way too much. All this little playful, all these little fun and games, these little practical jokes, that's enough. You need to sit down. Plus, they was already kind of turned off about him, about how he was handling his foot rehab as well. So, that was another reason why. But look, he's one of those guys, you play too much. You play too much. So, you need to sit down and you need to rethink yourself. You just cost yourself $33 million. You play too much. And like I said, even his former teammates say he's a real, real playful guy. But like I said, and I hate to keep repeating myself, you are playing, like I said, everybody got that one little brother, that one cousin, that one guy that plays entirely too much. You play too damn much. And everybody ain't here to play with you. Everybody ain't playing. Everybody don't want to play. The jokes that me and you will say, I'm not finna just go out with a random person and say them damn jokes.
Because they're not going to take it as well as I do. That's the thing. Yeah. We have a relationship.
Yeah, everybody ain't playing.
I don't know what Christian Wilkins was thinking. Was he being too playful? Yes. Should he have been more mindful? Yes. Because again, not everyone's going to feel exactly the way that you feel. So, look, I don't know whether, people may speculate Christian Wilkins may be gay or whatever. And for the record, you and I, we don't have a problem with anybody being gay or whatever. But the thing is, when you play too much and when you go too far and when you upset certain people, not everyone's going to feel exactly how the way your friends feel. Others, they're going to interpret it a different way.
Yeah.
And look what happened with Christian Wilkins. It ended up costing him his job.
Yeah. You can't play with everybody. A lot of times, man, I play because I know this is a safe place. I joke about, diets and my weight and stuff like that because I know this is a safe place. I know people, we don't mean nothing by it when I talk about my weight. So what? But another person may not take too kindly. I've been in that situation where I said, hey, I'm going to take my big ass over here to this buffet. Y'all want something? And a person got offended by what I said about myself and said, stop fat shaming yourself. And I'm like, dude, I'm like 30-something years old. I look in the mirror every morning before I go to work. I know I'm big already. You ain't got to, But that's the thing. You can say something about yourself and someone be offended by it. And you just be joking around. But the thing is, and like I said, I'm not telling you something that I have thought. I'm telling you something that I have experienced. Like I said, that actually happened. I literally said, hey, man, let me take my big ass over here and get some from the buffet, man, because they were serving up lasagna that day next door from what. And somebody said, hey, don't fat shame yourself. I'm like, I looked at him for a second. You serious? Like, yeah, man, don't do that. It's kind of offensive. Some people, like, and this dude was stealing his paper now, mind you. So I'm like, all right, cool. I'm not going to say it no more. I never cracked a joke like that again. But even though he wasn't the butt of that joke, I was the butt of my own joke. Some people can get offended. So the thing is, you got to stop. You can't play too. Like I said, you can play, but at a certain point, you play entirely too much, and ain't nobody going. Everybody ain't playing with you. And hey, look, you lucky they went and told HR, told the coach. Somebody could have whooped you. And so
Yeah, because imagine if the play, and now if you did that to some other player, they would have whooped your ass.
Yeah, they probably would be grateful that you just lost your job. I mean, and it could have got worse than that. Folks don't fight no more. I'm just gonna, read it to that what you will, but people don't fight no more. So, you do that to the wrong person, they go out there in the backyard, they go out there and pop the trunk on you. Hey, so you might want to be mindful. Everybody ain't playing with you. Every place is not a safe place. And there's a time and place for everything. There's times for me to be serious where I'm serious on the show about what I talk about. There's a time for me to kind of play and crack jokes. Every day ain't a time to crack jokes. When I'm in the middle of a meeting, that's not a time to crack jokes. When I'm in the locker room, that's not a time to crack jokes and be playing and trying to play freeze tag and doing all that old foolishness. There's a time and place for everything. And especially, I'm waiting on more information to come out, especially if you don't know this person. You just out here playing practical jokes. That's your first mistake right there. Like I said, everybody is not playing with you, bro. And like I said, you lucky one or two things to have. You lucky you just lost your job. You lucky you still have your life, number one. You lucky ain't nobody take it to your face because, hey, try that with some of the cats I grew up with. They probably do so bad to you. So
I don't know if they're going to handle him because, again, Christian Wilkins is 6'4", 315. But at the same time, he's dealing with his NFL contemporaries who are just as big, if not bigger than him. I just hate the fact that he put himself in that type of situation. Because, again, you're on an NFL team. You've been on multiple teams. Look, I understand you like to juggle. You like to play around. You like to have a good time. But you got to understand how other people may feel about that. Because not everyone's going to feel exactly the way you feel, champ, or myself. So you have to be very careful of that.
Mindful, yes.
Yes. Shout out to our guy, Hank the Basement. What's good, fellas? Shout out to my big body folks.